Hello, my name is Michael Beck, the owner of Southern Indiana Sawmill, and this is my review of the Logrite Buck Arch. One of the first things to recognize on the Buck Arch is the high quality of the wheels found in this machine, along with the heavy-duty bearings which help it move along easily along the ground. The tongs on the Buck Arch are extremely strong and durable and move about freely and easily. The points on the tongs are extremely sharp and really help in picking up logs. It's important to keep these sharp as you work. Coming up, I'm going to show a few of the features that make this a heavy-duty unit. Here you have the connecting ring that connects the tongs to the machine. Here is the extreme heavy gauge steel that is used throughout the entire Logrite system, and several of the welds that you see are just perfectly welded on every seam. The locking pins on this machine can be moved in a matter of seconds. As well, you can see how if you want to modify this, going from the longer handle to the shorter handle, this can be done very quickly. There's very little video editing being done here to show you just how fast this can be done. Just like that. Likewise, another simple feature of this machine is that of moving from larger diameter logs to smaller diameter logs. Here I'm simply removing the locking pin, turning it upside down, and now this Buck Arch can accommodate smaller diameter logs. It's just as easy as that. Picking up logs is a breeze with the Buck Arch. You can see how easily the tongs go down over the log. You simply lower the handle and you're ready to go. Removing the tongs from the log can be done just as easily. Here I am moving a slightly longer log. You can see what ease of use it is picking it up and hauling it away. Here's a larger diameter log. There is some practice to doing this, but in time it becomes very, very easy. Please take note how easily the wheels move along the ground. There are some changes I would recommend. One, these pins are very easy to move and click back and forth. We had a very scary incident with one of these. Somehow, when we were moving around, it came loose and then it just popped right out. The arch flipped over and almost hit my worker in the back of the head. I think there might be a better pin we could use, maybe even the traditional cotter style pin. So even though this is nice and heavy duty, I might recommend a change with that. One of the things you want to make yourself aware of the general safety and handling of the Logrite tool is right here you can see some of the remnants of my chin left over from when we were moving a log. When you get a heavy log on one of these things, there's a tremendous amount of leverage of that log, and if you're not all the way down in the safe position with the Logrite Buck Arch, that leverage can take over. In this case, we had a log on there that was probably around 500 plus pounds, and as we were going downhill, the leverage caused the log to go down, which forced the arch to go up. That forced this part to come up here and hit my chin. Thankfully, it was a nice rounded part, but as you'll see in the picture that I show here, that resulted in 5 stitches to the chin. So not anything that is Logrite's fault there by any means. That's just a general safety and handling, but one of the many things you need to be aware of, because anything to do with logs, logging in general, can be a very dangerous line of business, so it's just a constant reminder. One of the reasons that I take a point or two off of this for a perfect 10 score, if you will, is the cost. It is over $1,000 for the Buck Arch, which is fairly expensive. You know, of course, I think that you can justify that. Like I said before, where else are you going to find something with this level of construction? And it is made in the USA, which with me goes a very long ways. Another reason that I would take a point or two off for the perfect score is just the general safety. Again, take into mind you are moving logs here, right? So it's not like going to be perfectly safe. There's not much you can do, but there are a couple things that you can do. You could put padding up on these, something like that would help prevent it if it did come back on you. These pins, as I mentioned earlier, somehow or another one of those came loose on us and did almost cause a serious accident, and so I might consider a different kind of pin on there. But other than like maybe putting some sort of a bumper on the ends of these sharp handles and the pins, there's not a lot else that I would recommend for changing, but it is something for me that I think would be important in the future. So overall on the Logrite buck arch, I'd have to give this about an 8 out of 10, possibly a 9 out of 10. I don't think that you're going to find better construction in any tool that you buy. The heavy dutiness of this is above anything else that you're going to find. I know that if you go to Logrite's video, they show some competitors on there, different people that make these sorts of things, and they're not even close to what this thing is. So construction is just absolutely phenomenal. Also, Logrite is just a phenomenal company to work with. I talked with one of the owners there, and they are just extremely nice people. Again, for me that goes a long ways, you know, how we do business, how we treat people. And I found them just to be extremely easy to use. Again, Logrite is just a great company to do business with, and that's another reason that I would recommend them. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Logrite buck arch. Please be sure to check us out on SouthernIndianaSawmill.com. Have a great day. Thanks.